So I'm waiting for the
It's
sign.
on.
It's on. Hello, everybody, on the conference of Micropolis project. This is the EU project, and the title is Micropolis, the Power of Strong Local Community. My name is Małgorzata Smoczyńska, or Gosia Smoczyńska. I come from Poland. I represent Wawerskie Centrum Kultury. I will say something more about it later. And I would like to introduce the conference, the Micropolis concept, the guidebook, and then Hans Jørgen Fodgaard from Denmark will tell you something more about the Danish experience with the project. And then there will be third guest, third speaker, Pentti Lemetian. Sorry if I say the names wrong, but from Finland. And it will be also inspiring and widening presentation that tells you more about empowering active citizenship and community engagement. And at the end, we have the space for networking so that we can maybe exchange some contacts or ideas and create a network around Micropolis. So Micropolis project started in May last year. It were 16 really productive months. We are quite many partners, as this is the small-scale partnership, but so Wawerskie Centrum Kultury, Paweł Cultural Center, this is the public institution from Warsaw, from Wawer district. We were the main coordinator and the author of the project, and we managed to invite really great partners. Interfolk Institute, that is the founder of it is Hans, and he will tell you something more about the Danish partners. Can somebody
Can you please mute your mic?
mute the microphone? Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, and we had firstly the partner was we had partner from Sardinia, GGN. They were very active, like during the half of the project. Then they couldn't continue it, and we managed to invite Finnish Federation of Settlement Houses, that is that will be today, and they're our partner from January. So it's really big group and many international examples, and like the whole project was about it. That yeah, we have found it in Wawerskie Centrum Kultury that the small communities, this is really very important part of current world. It's I will say something more later about it, and the whole project was about exchanging ideas, exchanging know-how, how to support these communities, how to create them, how to make them stronger and more resilient to current crises and challenges. And I would like to present our the main result of our project. This is the guidebook. We will send it to everybody who participated in the conference. It will be possible to just find it on our website and to share it, to use it. As this organizes the whole knowledge and all the case studies, all the examples, everything that we have done here, and we created some easy to like some models, some simple models that can be useful, and we hope that yeah, this can be something practical, and we really hope that we can share this inspiration further. So maybe first I start with the idea of Micropolis. Why Micropolis? What is it? Actually, the name comes from it was like on the created on the contrary to our previous EU project. It was Wawer Metropolis. So we started then being more open to international cooperation. We are working on integrating migrants and just getting more international. But then we found out that that in fact this micro scale is also very important, because people are getting more scared of global problems, of too much globalization. And in fact, being we can only be open to international things if we are also feel safe at home, and then we can that's why Micropolis, just to focus now in this project on micro scale, on our community, local. First, we thought, like, creating this project, inviting partners, that we are conscious of three important factors that are very important to build the community. So this powerful, inclusive identity of a given place that makes people feeling really close bonds with the place they live, and being proud of it. We found out that strong local bonds among the neighbors and organizations are very crucial too, so that the community works well. And it's also about active participation of residents that is really hard um, to push, to activate, and just to make it happening. People are now really in a hurry, with scarcity of time, and it's really hard to make them active, so that they really come and work with the local community, for the local community. And but in fact, it creates the community, the bonds. So we wanted to, through the project, we wanted just to find out the international examples of how to do it, and just to get the know-how. And this is kind of spoiler at the end. We found out many more important factors, and they are in the guidebook. There are at least six that are very important as well. So this project made us really very inspired, and very grateful to foreign partners, because there was a lot of inspiration coming from this exchange. And so we had many discussions, and I think it's important to say why to build the communities, why to support them. And what I can recommend, if you have some time, on our website there is an article about the meeting, first partners meeting in Warsaw. There was a very interesting conference, and we have films from all the experts. They were translated into English. And I really remember this presentation of Dr. Magdalena Gawrych. She's the psychologist, the sociologist, and she was saying about the scientific approach to communities, to the feeling of connectedness. And so that the subjective awareness of being in close relationship with the social world. And now this is a subject of to numerous scientific research. This is really interesting, and it was scientifically proven that if we have the feeling of connectedness with some community, with the close community where we live, it's very important to our mental health, to our being safe, our feeling of safety in the world. And in the guidebook, there is very nice article of Margo Lebiediuk, our person from our team. She's summarizing all these reasons why it's very important to support the communities. And yeah, in fact, it's really big thing now. So many people now suffer from isolation, from depression, from being lonely and anonymous in big cities. A lot of our life goes to online virtual reality, but we are still human beings. We are social beings. We really need it. Very strongly need this social relationships. And yeah, in fact, these global problems, they are really now very hard for our mental health. This widespread depression is one of these signals that of the signs that that it's really we need communities, but we are losing these social skills. We have less and less interactions with other people.
Gosia,
Yes.
we are still seeing the first slide.
The first
Can you?
slide, you don't
Yeah.
see that my presentations. Wow.
No, make it bigger, open it, and then start sharing the whole
Okay.
stuff.
Okay, thank you, because I'm showing the slide. So let me give me the second. I will now start maybe from this slide. Oh, thank you for the information. And okay,
It's the
so
people from the meeting.
mhm.
Yes, Ans?
Okay, wait a second.
Ans, we
Okay,
can't hear you. Your
and
mic.
Yeah,
how
okay,
about
sorry. Sometimes there is somebody talk, they want to get into the event. Is,
okay?
is, is somebody, are you, Junius, are you looking after it?
I'm following here. I'm
Okay,
following yeah.
fine.
And
Yeah,
I'm
Okay, and how
also
about my
checking my email.
presentation? Do you see the slides? Do you see other slides or not?
yeah, number 6.
Now it should be Y guidebook. Do you see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
slide number 6.
Okay, and do you see it now? Y and with the quotation?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so yep, it's okay now.
Can you make it bigger? I think it's too small. I don't know if it's just for me, but
No,
it's
fine
Yes,
for
it's
me.
not like the presentation. We see only, your page with on the left, I can see the other slides and in front, slide number 2.
Because I have it on my whole screen, but maybe let's do like this. I will send you the presentation. Maybe I will just say a few words, and yeah, you will get it by email, because I don't know how to do it that it's bigger. But so please just let me say some words, and then you will have the presentations after. Because yeah, what I want to say that so all these reasons, and you will also find it in the guidebook. My goal today is just to say what you can find there. I hope it may be practical and inspiring for your work with local communities, with education, with the culture, and as institutions closely related to culture and education, or yeah, we believe that that really is the best remedy for problems in the current world. This is this well-functioning local community, and we symbolically name it Micropolis, like the ancient polis that was based on many interpersonal bonds and the engagement of the whole community, of the community members. They were providing a mutual support system, and that offered a sense of belonging and security. And this is exactly what we would like to support and create. And as you work with communities, probably you also have this goal. So if we know why, it's now good question how, and this was what we were this answer we are looking for during the 60-month project. And we organize it in a kind of 6 steps model, and you can find it in the guidebook, like in details what steps exactly we have tested, and what are our reflections, how to do it. And for us in Bavar Cultural Center, I think the most important was all the first of all the local survey. It was first time we have done it among the local inhabitants. We asked them many questions, if they feel that there are communities, if they want to join it, if they are active or not active. And it turned out that people really want to be in a community, but in many cases they don't know how to join, where to join. They don't know how to act. And this is, in fact, it was the biggest challenge that we wanted to face, to solve. And we started from building local network of the local activists, local organization, because it turned out that there are plenty of them, but they mostly work on their own. And integrating them gave a really very nice synergy that is working now. We have a lot of common projects now, and it all started from Micropolis. So I really believe that what we everything what we tested can be also repeated. It's quite universal, and I really recommend and invite you to read this guidebook, where you find it in details. And what we also created during our project, and what we can share with you, we organized our inspirations, our know-how into 6 paths to Micropolis. So how to there are inspirations how to achieve this goal of strong community, and how you can work with it. So that there are plenty examples in the guidebook, how to make the local identity and strong bonds stronger, how to support social inclusion, how to support active citizenship, green values, co-creation and networking, and how to support the organizations to be more innovative. And yeah, you will find it all there. So I also collected what examples you can find in the guidebook. We made them short, but on our website there are always longer and with the links. And so if you find something interesting and inspiring for your organization, you can always find more information. And what we, for example, tested, what I want to share at the end of my presentation, that, for example, we checked such tool like a film club in Waver Culture Center. And it turned out that it's really great tool to make people from really various groups, young one and the old one, like coming from many countries, also with like very various people. It turned out that if there is a film club and there is a film and film discussion, so it's really good way to integrate people, to make them talk, to make them exchange ideas. And this was, for example, something that that we are proud of, that one of tools that can help to build strong community. And you will find it in the guidebook. So I guess so what at the end, what I want to invite you, we really would love to collect many other examples of how to work effectively with local communities, how to support them, how to create them. Each of you probably have some experience with it, some inspirations. If you want, just send it to my email as a kind of case study, article, example, and I will be very happy to put it on our website to promote different organizations who do this community work, to help you be in touch and know each other. So yeah, so this is my my invitation to you all. Thank you so much. Now, thanks a lot. So now it's turn for Hans' presentation. Yeah. Hans, are
Please
you
open
able
your
to?
mic.
Mike.
to show your presentation.
Okay, here we are.
Mhm.
May I ask, how do you see it now? I'm not so familiar with Teams.
I see a big screen of and then a picture of you on the side. So I think it's good. That's for me. I don't
It's
know.
good.
What
I
about
also
the
see the
other one?
presentation.
The same here. Yeah.
and,
Looks fine.
It's good.
and can you see each other?
It looks good, Ans.
It looks
Okay,
good. You can start. Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Yes, maybe it's not 2 years ago, but nearly, when I first got the invitation from
Please keep your mic off if you're not talking. Thank you.
yeah. I got this invitation from Gosha for this interesting project idea. I was very attracted by it. I think, in fact, it's a very ambitious project idea. It's in that way, it's unique because it has this holistic approach to local community work. And in principle, it can involve nearly all stakeholders in a community. And thereby it also includes a sort of cross-sector approach, a sort of co-creative approach, if you shall fulfill it. And then, of course, it has this extra dimension by being international. And here you can see that for the third meeting, we was on bridge walking in Middelfart. It was our last partner meeting. But I also knew that when the grant was approved and we had to start, that Interfort normally have been working in Copenhagen area, so internationally, or with sort of Danish National Association. I have never worked before in Middelfart, in a local community as Middelfart. I moved back to Middelfart 1 year ago, so it was a new situation for me. And I think I was invited by Gosha because we was working with sort of added community values in most of our projects. But I needed to find more partners in Middelfart to make it local. And I was so lucky that some months before I had contact with Susanne, who is the leader of the volunteer center in Middelfart. It's a sort of umbrella for all social associations. In Middelfart, it's about 70 social associations working in the area of health and social challenges. And she was interested, and we talked about how we could improve the concept, and she had contacts in the municipality at the Culture Island, where Camilla was working as a culture consultant. It's a sort of culture house with library and cinemas, restaurants, and rooms for citizens to use, and there's a lot of different types of activities, but it's a public institution. And Camilla involved Henrik, who is the leader of the Culture and Leisure section in the Middelfart municipality, And the municipality is very interested in co-creation and supporting the civil society, so he was also interested. And suddenly we have a strong, I would say, very fine local team to start the work. And if you look at the pictures, can you see my little cursor? Yeah, here you have Camilla. She is in the library in the culture island talking to. In fact, it is pictures from photos from the week after we had the third meeting. I was host for 8-person a group from Hungary, NGOs who wanted to learn about the Danish civil society function. And we had one day visit to Middelfart where we first visit Camilla at the library and then Henrik at the municipality city hall. And then down here, Susanna, who is from the voluntary center. And here we have me. It was when I was course leader for Erasmus course we had in Spain. Yeah. So then we could start the project. And I can say about Middelfart, you can see it here. It's a strange word in English, but it's placed in the middle of Denmark, and fart in Danish means travel. So it's a middle travel. It's in the center of the country in a way. Therefore, there's a lot of conferences and a lot of hotels who are servicing meetings. People are coming from different parts of Denmark, and it's easy to get here, and it's short distance for everybody. Middelfart is part of what we call the triangle area. This area. It's a network of harbor cities here at the east coast and Middelfart, and it's nearly a sort of a big city area. It's a very sort of dynamic area. There's a lot of new industries and so on in this area, and it's part of what we call the South Denmark region. We have 5 regions in Denmark. The symbol of the city is the 2 bridges. It's a sort of a city who is a bridge in Denmark. And when the people from the municipality wanted to be engaged in this project, the reason I think was that in fact they already work with this vision about Micropolis. Here you can see the strategy from the local council they made in last year, and it is for the vision of 2030. It is about community building. That is the idea of the city hall, the politicians, to do that. And many of the words we was talking about in the first meeting, this wonderful meeting we had in Warsaw, the start meeting of about the project idea. In some ways, it has been, they work with it here in Middelfart. So, but you can always do it better. So there were some parts that could be improved, of course. And now I will talk about the method, our approach to the work. So we started to define the work in the first meeting. Before the first meeting, all of the partners should find good practice examples. But then we came home from the first meeting, and then we should start to make a sort of a baseline survey. What is the need in our area? What could we change? What could we work with? And here we see the challenge with the Micropolis idea. It is so ambitious that you cannot work with it without limiting it. You have to delimit the work. It's nearly when you make a thesis at the university, you cannot write about the whole world. You have to from the start limit a specific area in the reality you want to work with. It's the same with the project. And in this case, way of limiting our work, we say we will only focus on the social and cultural NGOs. If, for example, we started with an Italian partner, the partner was from the business area, making interesting work in developing the city, the capital city in Sicily. So it was a partner from the private sector. We have public sectors and we have NGOs, but we decided, okay, we are only looking at the NGO sector and the social and cultural part of it. And then we was looking at how is these NGOs working with added community values. And we decided to have 4 types of community values. We was looking at how are these NGOs working with local identity? Do they promote local identity in their activities? Do they in fact promote social inclusion? Do they improve active citizenships in the way they organize their activities? And have they included green values in their work? So it was a sort of baseline analysis we wanted to make. And we wanted to find areas where we could make improvements, small improvements. And the result of our little survey we had here, it was a questionnaire we sent out, and we had got maybe about 30 answers. Not much, but there were some clear tendencies. The first thing was that, in fact, these social and cultural NGOs did not have much attention on green values and green practices. And it's quite strange because it's a high priority in the official policy of the municipality. For example, each year there is a Green People's Climate meeting here where maybe 40,000 people from Danes meet and 3 days and discuss green topics. There is maybe more than 100 stalls where people, different NGOs, present green activities. The municipality, new City Hall, has won the best prize in Denmark for the most green building. It's sort of very high standard of green. So it's very much focus on green activities, but in fact the NGOs are not very green. The next point we could see was that the NGOs tended to be working in their own areas. They didn't have much cooperation with other NGOs or with other sectors of NGOs. And likewise, not much cross-sector cooperation or co-creation with the municipality, in fact. And the NGOs didn't have much cooperation outside of the municipality, and especially not international cooperation. So it was the 3 focus points for us we wanted to make changes for. And therefore we started these 6 pilot works here. And I will explain more about them, each of these 6 action points we focused on to make a little change, sort of. The first pilot work, it was the voluntary center and the culture island who worked together about reusing textiles. You know, the global textile industry is a very high climate footprint. It's the main polluter, and it has a lot of child work, and it's very dangerous work, and many are dying from the workers there because of colors and whatever they're working with. So there's many good reasons to reuse the textiles. So they made 2 sort of workshops working with it. very concrete, how to recycle materials. Again, instead of throwing it away and buy new clothes, you can recycle it, reuse it, make new things about it. And in fact, there was a lot of interest for this, and I think it's something they will repeat, how to work with this. And they will now start at the Cultural Island. They also have a repair cafe where people can come, volunteers, it's especially senior men and it's seniors who is fixing your kitchen machines or your old laptop or the radio or whatever, some more technical parts they are doing to reuse them instead of throwing them out or buy new ones. But they now want to include reuse of textiles in this repair cafe. I think it's a fine part of work here you have. And then in the repair cafe, you will not only have men, you have men and also women. Maybe it will be also an improvement. The second pilot work was about, the social NGOs have not much attention of green issues. So Susanne wanted to make a green menu. They have a common house, a big house where they meet and have meetings, and they can use it. All the association, many are coming there. So they made a menu and sent it to people, how a lot of smaller sub points for all these 5 points. But it's also all advices about you, the small changes can be more green in the way you behave. And they are also now preparing to offer sparing advices for the association, how they can include green aims in their statutes and in the action plans. So a nice pilot work, I think. The third pilot work was that the volunteer center wanted to take part in the stalls in this, have a stall at the yearly climate meeting. It's just last week we had this climate meeting. It was again success. We had maybe 40,000 again people. And they had their own stall there, and they worked together also with the municipality about the stall. And it was new for them, and it was a good way of these NGOs could work together with other NGOs and with the municipality about a green activity. The fourth pilot work, it was a new initiative also, even though the municipality has talked much about co-creation and work with local culture NGOs, they haven't done this before. And it was inspired by this Micropolis idea. It was to start an idea workshop where they invited all the cultural actors to a evening meeting with dinner and presentation and small group work where people could share ideas, and the politician from the working with culture in the municipality was also invited, and they all discussed how they could improve the culture opportunities in the municipality and how they could help each other and work cross-sector with it. Again, a step towards sort of, as I understand it, the Micropolis idea. The fifth pilot work, which in a way is very interesting. I haven't heard about it anywhere in Denmark. It's been done. It's Henrik made an application for Erasmus program to make mobilities, and he got this mobilities. He got 30 mobilities, and the interesting idea, the creative idea, is that half of the participants should come from the public cultural institutions, and half of them should be volunteers from the cultural NGOs, and they should together participate in courses around in Europe. I think here planned maybe 6 courses. So they can learn together, share ideas, know each other better, come home and work together to make what they have learned together. One course should be about improved sort of social inclusion. The problem for many NGOs is that they are very inclusive for their own people. They have a strong community with their own, but they are not much attention of how to include maybe marginalized people. It can be people with handicaps or disabilities. It can be people with another cultural background or maybe another language and so on. There could be many different why some groups are not taken special care of, and they could be better to think about it. And of course, to be more green, but also to work better with all the new digital possibilities for improving the communication. And then in a way to be more aware that you as an NGO, as a local community, also a part of a bigger community, not only your own country, but the European community. And to in a way to see you not only as people coming from this municipality or being a Dane, but being a European. Because when you have a more international outlook, you can also be more open for inspiration and learning new issues. So, I'm quite sure it will be really give a good new drive in the work for the NGOs in this municipality that have got these mobilities. And then the third last part of work was more sort of methodology about, last year, EU made a new legislation, implemented it, that all bigger associations, private and public organizations will work with this ESG framework. It means they shall monitor their activities and report their activities each year, not only their financial activity, as you shall do, but also have they worked with the environment, have they worked with social issues, have they had a fair and transparent governance way of working. They have started now in all over Europe to work with it. They shall work with it. And the tendencies are in EU that when they start something, it has to sink down in all other areas. After some years, it will probably also come as a sort of expectation that the NGOs also work more systematic with this framework in their reporting. And I'm quite sure that the funding program we will see in some years, they will have this demand somehow. You can already see it when you are reporting in the Nordic, some of the Nordic programs, they are asking about these 3 dimensions in a way. You have to report into it. How have you worked with it in your project? We have started to work with the method. How can we adapt it and transfer this to a simple and easy way to work with for the NGOs? And I think there is a need for it in some years to have this ability, a proposal. It could be a new project also. To conclude, what we have learned from this project, maybe it's not a new learning, but it is especially an important learning for this project that when we have a holistic approach, you need to delimit it. You need to make it feasible, or else you cannot work with it. And you should limit both your need analysis in the start and your subsequent part of work, or else it will fall apart from, I would say. Small steps are more important than non-steps, or too many steps. And I could also say, when you know what you will do, small adjustments in the core activities in an organization can in fact improve, make many changes. It doesn't need to be big adjustments, but still small adjustments can have strong effects. And the third lesson I would say is that it's important to think, yes, only to think about, to make cross-sector and co-creative activities to involve many actors when you're working with the Micropolis idea. And if possible, to have a sort of wider national and European approach dimension in your work. For, as Gosia told about, we have this guidebook, and I would say there's many good examples from all the countries, all the partners, and there's many good example parts how to get a little closer to the idea. So it's been a really nice project. I'm happy for it and for the partnership. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Hans. So now it's time for the third presentation. Pentti.
Okay, so good day, dear people. I am Pentti Lemmetyinen from Finland, Helsinki. I am a CEO of the Finnish Federation of Settlement Houses and also the board president of the IFS, the International Federation of Settlements and Neighborhood Houses. We can briefly say that our work in Finland and also internationally in the other IFS countries is like community-based social work. And that work includes everything that cannot be involved in a person's life or at the community's life, people's life in the different ages and in the different life situations. So IFS has members in 32 countries. There are 11,000 local associations and about 11 million people taking part in our activities every week. So it's quite a big movement, and it is, as we say, it is a people's movement. And I have been involved in this movement already more than 30 years, so it has been a long trip. But first, I would like to thank our colleagues in Poland and also in Denmark. It has been a great pleasure to work with you in the Micropolis project. It has been so empowering to share with you the ideas of about the civil society and active citizenship, and also realize how important it is in the neighborhoods and local communities. They are important for people and our well-being, but also for the whole society and its democratic structures. The title of my speech, little speech today, is Power of People. And power of people does not mean violence or aggression. No, the power, what I mean, is that when they become aware of their own worth and are given the tools for develop and change their own lives and the lives of their communities, it begins to change society. And it's very powerful force, I would say. So I am happy and proud to have an opportunity to today to tell you something about the work we are doing around the world. And I will do it showing some pictures. To understand what we are doing today, you need to know something about our history. So it is so because the basic methods and the values are still very much the same. And so in the beginning, let's jump 130 years back to London. And now I try to share my screen, so hopefully I now I think I have the same problem with the others. What do you see now? Do you see any picture?
Yes, we see the pictures, but like in a small.
Okay, so I try to open the.
Yeah.
What about now?
Yes.
Now it
It's
works.
presentation. It's okay.
Great, thank you. So this picture is taken in London 140 years ago. You'll see the poor children in East London. The big problem was the hopeless poverty, crimes, prostitution, and people who didn't have any vision of the better life. And at that time, the very first settlement house called Toynbee Hall was established. And the idea of this house was totally different than what had been done earlier in that area, because they opened this very beautiful house and invited people to join the building. There were lots of books and paintings and the music instruments and beautiful pieces of furniture. So it was very inspiring place to come. And the idea was that when people see around them beautiful things, and they have and if they get a feeling that they are able to use these things, they are able to be part of these wonderful things, it inspire them. And they had very modern tools of the social work. This is called mapping. So this is a picture of the area where they worked. First, they wanted to check who are living in that area. What are they doing? How low or high are their incomes? But not only who they are, but also what do they want and what do they need and what do they dream. They started to work with those people and not for them. There is a big difference to work with people or for them. So they decided to work with them. And this is a basic thing in our work also today. And this method, this mapping, it is used in many parts of this globe nowadays. And it's like a starting point, the community work we are doing in the neighborhoods. And then this woman, she is Jane Addams. She was the one who took this movement to USA. And as you see, she got a Nobel Peace Prize 1941. And I wanted to show Jane Addams' picture to you because she was peace activist. She was a human rights defender and advocate for sexual minorities already in the beginning of 1920s. So the history of this movement is very powerful. There are people, and we still have people who are ready to like be radical and have a big voice to speak out in the society what is right and what is what we do. And IFS network is shown here. You see we have many active settlement houses in Europe and also in Northern America and also in Africa. And if I'm right, there is someone also in this webinar from Africa. I saw Sunday Ibobo's name from Nigeria. So
and from Australia too.
Oh, yeah,
Teumi.
wonderful. Yeah, so and you see there we have active settlement movement also in Australia. So this is really a global movement. And we are, since the creation of the United Nations, IFS has been part of it. After the Second World War, the world realized that we must do everything possible to ensure that there never would be another war. With this goal in mind, IFS continues to work today in tens of thousands of neighborhoods on every continent. So, and if we are thinking the world we are living now, these challenges, they are still very acute, and IFS is willing to strengthen the UN, and we are active part of this UN NGOs. And then I would like to show you a few pictures. They are from this is like an international IFS people from different part of the world. So you see wonderful people, active people, and they are proud to come to the street and show what they want and what do they value and what things they think that are important to speak out. This picture is this is from New York. It was taken last July. And then these next pictures, they come from Finland. And I go quickly through these pictures. And so the idea is that we are working in a very multicultural way in our settlement houses. There are people who have moved to Finland or those who have lived in Finland always. So we are working together with everyone. And there are adults and there are little children, there are elderlies, and also those who have some special needs. We see the value of and we think that everyone is unique as they are, and they are welcome to take part in our neighborhood activities. And also the idea is that we want to see everyone's skills, and we know that however you are people who have some special needs, you also have some special skills. So we want to make it visible in many ways. So here you see 3 men. They are taking part to the men's community house. We have also some special activities for men and women and girls and boys and those who are somehow between. So the idea is that like these 3 men here, some of them has moved to Finland from somewhere else, and he is willing to learn to know how to be Finn. And these other men, they want to show that those who move to Finland from somewhere else, they are welcome, and they want to share the same society here. And also we are working with the people who are facing some crises or difficulties in their lives. They are victims of crimes, or they are suffering of the violent or whatever. So the idea is that people in neighborhoods and communities, they are welcome to come to the settlement house, and they are able to tell about their problems, and people are willing to help them. And also the culture work, the music, studying and everything. This is a big part of the work we are doing, because this is the way how people can feel themselves like stronger, and they learn new things, and they can show how capable they are, and they are working, and they are singing together. They are choirs, and they are. So it has been so like these senior citizens here. They are so proud of their choir, and they are part of the wonderful neighborhood. And also, what is the main thing is that we are always seeing other people's like eye level, so that it is important that you can see from someone else's eyes how valuable you are. And I think this picture and also that one, it shows that if you are seen by others in a nice way, you can feel that you are unique, and you are valuable person. So these pictures was like little glimpses to our daily work. But then we, however, we work in the very grassroots level, there in neighborhoods and communities. One part of the work is also that we want to make it visible. We want to tell to the policy makers that we are here. We are doing the very valuable work in the neighborhoods. We are facing people. We are working with them. We are living with them, and that's why the European settlements published last year the white paper, which is like a story how we work. And this white paper includes 7 policy recommendations about how to promote active citizenship and the value of community work and NGOs. So this white paper, we took it to the EU Parliament first time in Strasbourg last autumn, and here we are, people from many countries. Where we are here, and we are saying that listen to us. We want to tell what we are doing, and that we have answers to the big problems that we are facing in our societies right now. And here we are sharing this white paper to Brussels. We organized a little event in Brussels in January. And the idea is that this white paper, it has been translated to many European countries, languages. And the idea is that every IFS country in Europe, we take it to the local parliaments. And this picture is from Helsinki last week, where we were sharing the ideas of our work also in Finnish parliament. So, and hopefully all other 16 European countries are also willing to do the same, so that we want also, however we work in the grassroots level, we want to be visible, and we want to be active also with the parliaments and the other policymakers. So we think that peace, democracy, equality, and sustainable development, they are the pillars of the world we want to defend and build throughout the world together. So today we speak, and the other days we work to achieve our goals. And now I would like to ask my dear colleague Junius to share 3 minutes video. So maybe it tells that we are right here. Please, Junius.
Yes, sorry, just give me a minute. I will.
I'm happy to give you a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah, now I'm gonna share my screen and can you see
We've
it?
always been here.
Can you see everything and hear it? Good.
Here with the people we love. And in the places where we feel at home.
We develop communities.
And make our neighborhood a nice place to live.
We care about everyone.
We create meaningful relationships.
We empower people. We strengthen democracy.
Far away behind closed doors, people with powers
search for solutions to social problems,
such as inequality and poverty,
loneliness and isolation.
We look for answers in the wrong places.
because we are the answer.
Because we are the answer.
We are the answer.
we are the answer.
Because we are the answers.
We know what our communities need.
Connection.
Opportunities.
Meeting places. We take care of that locally.
We have published policy recommendations for decision makers.
We bring solutions for social justice.
We foster lifelong learning and social cohesion.
We stand for peace, solidarity, and equality. What if the system works with us?
Based on mutual trust.
We want resources to be shared fairly.
Across all our neighborhoods,
We are calling for those in charge
to recognize our strength and creativity. Are you looking for answers?
We are right here.
We are right here.
نحن هنا من أجلكم.
Me olemme tässä.
Miettänyt vagyunk.
Είμαστε εδώ. Aquí estamos. Vi är här.
On est là.
Done. Gosia, are you there?
Yes, of course I'm there. Thank you, Betty. So is it now the time for questions or discussions? Pentti, are you ready with your presentation? Yes.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, so thanks a lot. So now, in fact, it's time for you, the participants. Thank you for being with us. And yeah, if you have any questions to anybody of us, or if you want to share like contact, so that yeah, to invite to cooperation, or say something about your organization, your experience, now is place for you. Does anybody want to go into networking or some interaction?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, we don't see you, or maybe I don't.
I decided don't offer you the image today. Maybe tomorrow.
Is that
I am
Leah?
yes, I am. I
Oh.
am. I see you in Vienna, in Toronto. I remember you. I I like to be IFC member, and this event is very important for us. We are 3 people here who look to you, and I invite you to the projects, same as partner. Our NGO is very, very strong, I say. We develop the projects for all the age, children, the young people, and in the last time to the valorize the old people to include in the org, because the pensions are very, very small. And if you need us, same as partner, please send me the invitation. I will send you our presentation. And if you agreed to organize one event to meet us, but physical, not by Zoom, I invite you in Romania.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me add that Leah is one of the IFS members from Romania, and she's retired, but she is always supporting the IFS in any way possible. Thank you for joining today, Leah.
Thank you, but I am not retired. I am volunteer all my life.
Yeah, you are volunteering with the IFS always, but in most of your emails you say that you are retired.
I am very, very young old volunteer.
Yes.
And now I am the student to the courses, to 2 courses, and we promote the long for all life to learn to all life now. This is, and we promote this. We are we teaching other. If you, my English is the same, Vienna and Toronto. I don't learn more, but I try to learn all the time English. This is. And thank you again. Thank you again.
Yeah,
we need this meet to realize periodically, if it's possible. To us, your experience is very important for us.
Yeah, and we'll send you the Micropolis guidebook too, so that you can share it there in your community with your people there.
Yeah, I will send it to everybody, to all the participants, all the people who are registered. I will send all the materials tomorrow.
Thank you and congratulations to all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. There is a message from Lilian in the chat. Lilian, do you want to say something, please? Are you there?
She wrote that she has to go, but thank you so much, Lilian. Yeah, and so we had this EduCult organization from Vienna that is also very inspiring. Hello.
Hi, Jaya. You
Hi.
you can talk.
Hello. Thank you very
Hi.
much. Thank you. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I worked in many neighborhood houses in our city, and I've worked with a lot of other NGOs as well as state and local government. And I'm currently doing a lot of volunteering, so in community development work. And from my work, I felt that I needed to do some research, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing PhD work, trying to connect local community work with the Sustainable Development Goal framework, just to bring attention to the good work of the community sector and also bring attention to the SDG framework. I wonder if that's something that Micropolis has thought about as well, and whether that trying to build that connection from the local to the global in a more in a framework, in a UN framework, within the UN framework. I know it does have some limitations, that framework, but yeah, just wondered your thoughts about that.
Okay, so maybe I start. Thank you so much for saying it, and it's very interesting that you do it also in Australia. It looks like a bit like Micropolis, because we also found that that this sustainable topics are in fact one of the most successful things that connect people together, and probably the next Micropolis will be also widening these topics and around it, because all the sustainable things are so important for people, so that it makes them more active and more involved. And in fact, this way from local to global, we checked it a bit in our institution, that we started with some courses, with some smaller projects, but then I think this Micropolis is one of the steps, and really that gives a big opportunity. So this international cooperation just creates that the organization changes their way of seeing things, and now it's quite obvious that we have to follow this way further. So I really recommend this networking projects, and just finding some topics that are crucial for people, and building the community around. And in Micropolis guidebook, you will find several case studies about it.
So, I look forward to getting the guidebook.
Tomorrow. It will be tomorrow, or even today in the evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe you want to add something, Pentti, or Hans, or Eunice?
And Mazina, you have the floor.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I used to be a part of Polish team for some time.
You are all the time.
Yeah, in this Micropolis project. Unfortunately, I didn't meet the crew from Finland, but I know the people from Denmark. I also spent some time in Cagliari, meeting the CCN crew. It was very inspiring. And I just want to add from my perspective that it's very important to bring all the conclusions that we have in this guidebook during these presentations today into practice, into life, like I saw this in the film that you show some minutes ago. So I'm just hoping that this cooperation and our networking will also bring some new ideas, because it's I also lead some local community here in Warsaw, and I see the cooperation between different institutions, and it's very important for successful events, for bringing new ideas into life, and improving the local community's growth. So if you need me in the future, I'm willing and able to help again. And thank you very much.
Thank you. I see that we have some new message coming, and yeah, if you just want to share on chat or on email to me, or yeah, just in the video, something, some information, some contact, just feel free to do it. And yeah, we really would like to create some kind of network around Micropolis to share this idea, to yeah. So join us. Any other questions, messages, or
Juniors? Okay, I just really want to thank everyone, because it's a big, I can see everyone here, and we have a big representation from all over the world. We have Asia, we have Europe, and we have, I don't know if we have America, but it's amazing. I'm always amazed to see that we are able to gather people from different countries, and just you coming here with these big time differences is something that we truly appreciate. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Yeah. By the way, I'm Juniors from the IFS office in Helsinki. I work with Pentti, who is the IFS president. So if you have any question about the Micropolis guidebook or IFS or EFS in Europe, just send me an email. I will share my email address here anyway. So thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all the messages, for time spent here, and yeah, we hope that we will be just in touch. That it's the start, not the end. So thanks a lot.
And also that you, above in the material that you're gonna receive, there's also gonna be a link to these recording. Gosha, is it so? Yeah, right. Good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so maybe it's the time to finish.
Yeah,
but
take care.
yeah, we stay in touch. So thanks a lot, everybody, and yeah. Stay in touch.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Goodbye.